monthly Net Impact Talk. And we're going to get going right away. And I'd like to welcome Suwida Kingmuangkow, the Senior Investment Officer of French Development Agency. Suwida actually is, she was my classmate at Satsina here a few years ago. This has been like 12, 13 years now. But, in her previous incarnation, she was a partner at a venture capital firm. Actually, some of us Satsina students will know her former partner, Professor Doug Abrams, who's teaching a VC class here. So Suwida was working with him for a long while, especially in the technology startup sector. So quite a big change for her now. But she moved to AFD about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago, and they're very much working in the renewable and efficient energy sector and partnering with plants such as Kingmuangkow to try to enable that to happen and spread across the country. So without further ado, please give a very warm welcome to Suwida.
Okay, so thank you for coming today. I will just make the presentation in a very casual way, and feel free to just jump in and ask some questions. If I can answer, I will. If not, then I forward to you some smarter people in my office. Okay, so a little bit about my employer. AFD is from France. It's a French development agency, or in French we call it Agence Française du Développement. We have we are 100% owned by the French state, and we have also 3 subsidiaries or 3 sisters under our group. Is the Kingmuangkow, who would deal mainly with the private sector, and CFR is a training facility, and FM is the environmental fund. For those who have trouble imagining what AFD does, you can think of JICA or Asian Development Bank in the French bilateral version. So we provide basically loan to state or a state enterprise mainly, but that doesn't mean we don't work with other parties like NGO. We also work with NGO a lot. And AFD is actually a pretty old lady, 70 years, generated the first time by General Defoe. And so far we have 70 offices worldwide, and mainly in Sub-Saharan Africa, but Latin America and Asia, and French overseas territory as well. So our mission, what makes us different, and this is what I really think makes AFD a very unique international donor, is that we are very committed to fight against climate change and for biodiversity protection. And as I mentioned earlier, those people in the frame there is our usual suspect that we work with. But of course, we also include private banks, which is the case for Kasiga. And I'll show you later on what we do with Kasiga. And this is our geographical breakdown of commitment. So basically, 38% go to Africa, then evenly spread out along the Latin America, Middle East, Asian, and French overseas provinces. Last year, actually, from our balance sheet, we committed 8.3 billion euros in Thai currency that would equal 320 billion baht 1 year. And this demonstrates a big jump if you compare from 2008 figures. What we do, mainly half of it goes to sovereign loans, loan to the state with state guarantee. And the second one would be non-sovereign loans to state enterprise or to private sector without a state guarantee. The sectors that we are very focused, you can see from the chart below right-hand side, the biggest circle goes to business and industry. This means we provide a credit line to the bank. This is a classic example. For example, the credit line that we do with Kasikorn falls into this category. The second category is clean and affordable energy. And the third one is infrastructure. We also provide infrastructure financing, but usually it would be like monorail, clean technology, driverless train, for example. And of course, we also do healthcare, agricultural, and education, and agriculture as well. So this is the breakdown of how we demonstrate our commitment. So this is last year's figure. The majority of our commitment goes to climate change, 2.9 billion. So we divide that by 8.3, that's almost half. So I think slightly 1/3, above 1/3. And in these 2.9 billion euros, it goes to mitigation, adaptation, and budgetary support. So we try to help in any type of problem faced by our beneficiaries. For some governments, but the policy, the central policy is not strengthened enough, so we provide the budgetary support to the ministry, just for example. And just to get closer to what we are going to listen more today about bank, we also have one initiative called Sunbreath, which is basically we're trying to establish our partnership with local banks to provide support, financing support that gears towards energy efficiency, renewable energy, and environmental concern. So basically what the local banks would get usually would be an interest rate, but because Thailand is now emerging countries, we don't provide Thailand with soft loan anymore. It would be market condition loan. But we know that this doesn't make us really beautiful in the eyes of local counterparties. What we provide them to compensate for that weakness is a technical assistance, which is the case for Kasikorn Bank as well. And we also provide a very long tenure, usually at 15 to 20 years is possible with grace period. And this is how Sunrep success. You can see that we work with 70 banks around the world and 2.5 billion of loan committed just for Sunrep. So for AFP Thailand, which I'm in charge for, basically Bangkok office is in charge for Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos. And I'm basically in charge for Thailand and Laos. So last year, July 2015, we signed this credit line with Kasikorn Bank, which I believe everybody knows Kasikorn Bank very well. And to target the energy efficiency sector in Thailand. Why? Because this is the potential. My apology that the research is a bit outdated, but I think it's still relevant to today's context. We found that actually in Thailand, commercial buildings, premises actually represent a huge market for this type of energy efficiency investment. Actually, it's the second biggest, as you can see, compared to Singapore, Malaysia. The potential value is 25 billion baht. Yes.
What do you mean by energy efficiency?
This is
Yeah, I can imagine. The potential,
yeah.
big potential. Potential in the
Energy efficiency investment in energy efficiency buildings and
room for, there are a lot of room for additional investment.
that's right. Sorry. But this is what we find that is a bit frustrating for the Thai market in general is that one thing I should mention about the background energy efficiency is that you need an ESCO. There is an energy service company part. ESCO usually works as your technical advisor who usually come for energy audit. For example, if you're a building owner who wants to reduce your electricity bill, and you have no idea what to do, you contact one of these company, engineering company, and saying that, can you come and do an energy audit for me? I want you to show me how much I can reduce. And this is just for a general concept of ESCO. And in fact, when you look at the potential market in the previous slide, and you see that this is the very limited success case of a project in energy efficiency in Thailand. And the SSC and GSC is just a type of a contract that the ESCO will engage with you, so don't worry about it too much. My point is that the success case is pretty limited. Okay, so what makes it very difficult for this type of energy efficiency investment, even if it's a good market potential? And ESCO here, I would say that Thai engineering capacity is not real standard. So basically, what happens is that there's a huge market gap of the trust between the ESCO and the project owner. For example, there would be a certain case that you hire the ESCO comes and they provide you with this nice sheet, and at the end of the day they say that you should buy this chiller at XYZ price, and in fact you can be sure that some of them get a very huge chunk of that percentage already. And in reverse, some of the building owners get too smart. They call the ESCO to come in energy audit, or thank you very much. Oh, I don't want you anymore. Then 2-3 months after, he buy the same chiller that the ESCO just recommends him. So basically, that's a gap in the market. And also, I must say that there's also a technical deficiency in building owners, because some of the small business owners, they wouldn't have internal technical team. They wouldn't know what to use, what is the chiller, what's the size, and even if they have technical team inside the company, this team cannot convince a decision maker. So that's a financial barrier, because at the end of the day, the buck stops with the CEO, right? And also, from the CEO point of view, it's not that he doesn't see the value of energy efficiency, it's just that it's not my core business. I have a credit line with the bank already. If I borrow more and it's not really related to my core business profitability, and so far we've been doing just fine by doing this, right? So that I can't blame them. It's true, it's true. But all of these, people tend to forget that when you reduce your electricity bill, it actually generates a payoff in the long run. And in fact, with ESCO business model, many times they come into the share saving or guarantee saving. So in fact, you have like, I think it's like a put option in finance that if something goes wrong below floor, if they cannot deliver the percentage of saving, then they would have to pay you for that gap. So in fact, it's not a bad deal for the business owner. But of course, they wouldn't go through this thing because they have all the business related activity to attend. So the key consideration for the building owners that usually comes to Kasikorn for financing, and this is just my observations, that they tend to be not, I wouldn't say not knowledgeable, but sometimes they don't see the comprehensive view. For example, they may ask whether it's possible, is there any governmental support? And in fact, there are DED, from Luncheon, Department of Alternative Energy and Development, has a very good program. It's called EERL, which provides a similar funding like what we provide, what Kasikorn provides. And actually, we can work in a collaboration method. You can get a top up from our fund with the DED because one of the difference is that DED typically charge a little bit less than what Kasikorn would charge because they have the subsidy from the government. But of course, you have to balance it well with approval process and in fact, what Kasikorn stands out is that we have a technical assistance for the customers. And also, because now I think the solar photovoltaic has received a huge push from the government, and we actually as an AFD, even though the project starts from energy efficiency, which is slightly different from renewable energy, but we allow that the end beneficiary can blend these measures together.
When you say you provide technical assistance, do you actually do the audits?
No, we contract to the consultant, technical consultant, and technical consultant would go with the building owners to do energy audit. So basically, it's a free consultant's audit for the building owner, but not a
consultant.
And of course, the payback period, this is basic finance. And also, you have to look at the cost of it. You should look at it as a total package. What do you get, technical support, or you get a cheap rate, or you get a shorter approval process, etc. And this is the nutshell of our credit facility that we provide to Kasikorn. So basically, the mechanism is simply that we lend to Kasikorn, and then Kasikorn on lend to an end beneficiary, for example, a retail shopping center owners who wants to cut down their electricity bill. Then the Kasikorn will do the credit assessment because the risk will be borne to Kasikorn. And this is to facilitate the existing building or retrofitting building only. Because for factory, I tell you why we didn't focus on the factory, because factory is already a business, the market is already quite knowledgeable. Our goal is to get to the untapped market or some market that has difficulty for local banks to tap in. So existing building owners still a very untapped market. And this is the axis, three axes for technical assistance. Basically, we provide technical support to K-Bank. This means that we also build a capacity building training course for Kasikorn as well, aside from sending the consultant to accompany Kasikorn's client. So in fact, it's to Kasikorn and to Kasikorn client, because of course they are bankers. And no offense, but technical engineering part cannot. Yeah, it doesn't go well with bankers at this point. And also we're raising the capacity awareness among the society.
So factory is off limits?
Factory, it depends on definition. Let's say that if it's factory, but you want to go through this route with the non-processing part of your facility, headquarter, car park.
Because I understand that for large factory in Thailand, even to replace the lights into LED costs a lot of money. And they're looking for...
Yes. This would be a perfect case because a classic example would be that they need to change that chiller, and chiller costs quite significant. They need to change the LED or building envelope. And many old existing...
But not the production related area.
Exactly. Just yeah. So that can be interesting as well. And also the third axis is because of course we are a French development agency, so we have the contact of network of French expertise and French case study that can share with the local stakeholders that easily. And so these are the summary, easy summary for the project, what type. So it's existing buildings, like Samana just and of course in these existing buildings, you can go deep through the 3 floors. Either you are funded already by the DEDE fund, a government program, And if you are already funded, you are qualified for us because at least you pass the criteria. And we actually we are very good, have a very good relationship with DED. And also the second route that you can participate is that if your building or your clients are considering a certification for green building, that we can finance as well. And the third part, I think they receive the most focus of the financing, but in fact, it's not only that we provide a building owner for the finance, but if it's ESCO who has a strong balance sheet and wants to borrow from this fund to conduct the project, please do contact the Kasikorn banks right away. You are qualified. And the certified ESCO is, in fact, it doesn't sound as daunting as it is. It's actually a certified ESCO by Kasikorn list, which basically can help you become a little bit more assured that this ESCO, they will not abandon the project. They have strong enough balance sheet, they have certain experience already. So pretty easy to participate in the program. Because
What is ESCO abbreviated for?
Energy services company. Or sometimes interchangeably they use energy saving company. But basically it's a consultant advisory, technical consultant.
That can be local as well, right?
Can be local. Oh yes. Actually, in Thailand you have I think
Quite many.
quite many and big, small,
Yeah.
medium size. You have all of them.
Okay.
And the eligibility criteria, we want to reach out for any building, so you can see that educational facility. And of course, after I discussed with Nick today, and the lights are not very efficiently done. And the other aspect is pretty straightforward. The size of the budget is each project should worth about 5 to 200 million, which actually it's not a big size at all.
Yeah.
For certain one chiller would cost you already 5 million.
Yeah.
In payback period, we make it very wide range to accommodate if you want to put solar panel on top of it too. And technical aspect, this is where we get somebody who really just want to do solar panel only, and they come to us and they say, but it's renewable energy. It's also a very good strategy. Why don't you support just one measure? And this is where I think AFD is very unique, is that I know you can produce new energy, but I think it's important that the market should understand how to reduce the consumption. So we make it very clear that you need to combine it with other energy reduction measures as well. So example would be, this sounds very technical, and I don't want to go into it, but just to show you is building envelope. That can be actually quite easy to implement, or using an E-coat glass that makes the heat goes. I think it's insulate the building very well, so the heat doesn't come in easily. Yes, and other than that, the contract that I say that it's actually a main issue between the building owner and the ESCO. The contract will be revised by our consultant just to give you some certainty that at least the contract is well balanced for your benefit and for the ESCO benefit. And this is how the flow chart. Sorry for it's a bit small and very boring, but just to show you that the AFP technical support for the building owner would be very comprehensive. We also go through what's the measurement and verification, because that's also another tricky area when you implement the ESCO service project, because what is the method before and after, and there is such a big argument, there would be a big argument between the project owner and the ESCO. And we act as a third party, so we are very transparent, so at least some check and balance.
So,
Yes?
a building
is interested in energy saving,
Yeah.
they have to contact 3 parties. You
Um,
mean K-Bank, KFG, and
Well, basically, the main contact, I mean, K-Bank would be the one who analyze the risk, but feel free to contact me. Then I explain a little bit more, and maybe I take a consultant to see the building owners as well, because that's part of my job. Of course, we are the lender, but we want to make sure that the market start picking up very fast. So yeah, so you can, that would be my contact and the consultant contact and K-Bank contact at the end of the presentation as well. So this is the press release. That's my boss there on the left-hand side. That's the former and French ambassador. So yeah. So I think I did my time very well. Okay, so I think that's pretty much for my presentation today, and feel free to ask me or share some comments. Thank you.
How many clients do you have now?
We have, because the clinical assistant just started in March, so we are now building the pipeline, but we have some prospect meeting about, let's say, this week I met with 3 already, so it's coming up. But the one that's signing yet, no, not yet. We hope that it will be signing very soon.
What is the response so far, the people that you talk
The ESCO loves it.
Yeah.
The ESCO loves it. The building owners, the one that we talked to, they think it's a very good idea, because for them, sure, the cost, the money cost is important, but what they don't want to go through the headache is how to deal with the ESCO.
Right, but also the return on investment is 2 to 10 years. The range is so long.
Well, exactly, but usually in a typical case, you would expect to see 5 years payback, and the electricity bill, I think in the classic case, would be about 25 reduction in your bill. So that for them is not too bad. And in fact, for some green building certification, from the study of our consultant, it actually can help increasing the tenant rental fee a little bit. So for them, it helps with their business. Because of the green, because some of the companies, like big companies, when with their Dow Jones versus so they have some policy that certain building they move in and stuff like that. So the building owners usually are quite interested, but they, of course, they still takes time, because you need to reach the decision maker, and many of the times they are very strong with their daily meetings. So that's one of our challenges. And the technical team, they have no idea how to convince. It's just engineering, very technical. So he comes to the CEO and he starts saying the chiller save 20 kilowatt per hour in a monotone. The CEO said, I talk to you later. Yes, so basically.
You also saw from K-Bank, this space.
The one that involved in this type of initiative, there is CIMB, and there would be, actually many of the private banks are, if you count it by how many of them joined the DBDES fund, I think about seven to eight of Bangkok Bank, all the big names there. But I'm not sure how much they allocated personnel to.
So it's really the technical side that's kind of lacking.
The technicals, well, for bankers?
Yeah.
For bankers, I think the technical side, yes, that's one. But one of the things is that many bankers don't believe in this project. Like the one who connect to the building owners, if you ask the RM said, you know what, it's actually not their core business, and I don't want to offend my client by calling them and saying that, can I meet with you, and then you present on this green initiative. So you really need a huge buy-in from the decision maker. And so far that's not it. how we face the challenge.
So basically the banks are reluctant to market.
Some of the banks, but if some of them are very convinced, and those are like, oh, I mean, but there would be many of them who still reluctant.
How do you structure the financing? Is it a project finance?
Uh,
Collaterals?
Well, the project fund now, it depends. Because usually the bank would look at it not by project, would pay from corporate.
Okay. So it's part of the corporate credit. It's not a
Not the
business
SPV.
project.
If you go through, okay, I set up an SPV and then project finance.
So they look at the overall balance sheet.
Exactly,
of the-
exactly.
So what is the merit for customer under this scheme?
For Kasikorn Bank, then they first is one product that fits with their long-term goal, and also it's continuous of to offer more, to be additional to their client. We are very wide spectrum of product.
Your fund is a fixed rate.
It's a floating rate tied to Euribor.
Average is around 3.5%.
That's a fund from I think from the government, EERF, I think. Yeah, because from the interest point of view, we leave it to K Bank to charge the. That one I cannot. Not because I don't want to, but I don't know. But if I would be pleased to recommend them to K Bank contract if you're interested.
Can you repeat this question?
He was asking that what would be the average, let's say, what's the cost of the interest K Bank would charge to the project owner, which I don't know, frankly, I don't know, because it depends on the customer.
It's up to the corporate risk, right? It's corporate rate.
Can you adapt this business model to other countries, or should you modify the business model? For example, you are in charge of the Thailand and Myanmar. Can you adapt the same business model to the Myanmar, or should you modify?
Usually you can, but from my experience is that each country is different. So if it's a credit line that target to energy efficiency, let's say in Bangladesh, you would need a slight different model. Maybe you don't go through a funding the ESCO and building owners, or maybe you can support project finance, or because some banking regulation, I mean, each country
Yeah,
is
regulation.
different. Yeah. But in a global view, as long as it creates an impact, we would do it. That's basically how we
Okay, all right, good. Well, any last question before we wrap it up?
Good luck.
Thank you. I'd be glad to forward you the update because we will be having a lot of seminar on energy efficiency. And for those who are really involved in this field, please feel free to leave me a business card and I give you a touch.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you very much, and for the appreciation, we have a little souvenir for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
First up, on the 9th of June, we have a trip to Nestle's ice cream factory. Very apt, considering how hot it is these days. So 9th of June, so do sign up. Space is limited to just 40 people. It's free of charge, but you need to get yourself there.
Including ice cream, right?
The what? We're hoping they will hand out some free ice cream. And you also have a gentleman from the Indochina Market Environment Manager from Nestle giving a similar talk Thursday of next month, so 16th of June. So it kind of goes together. We also have a film screening on the 16th of June as well, and we have a panel after the screening as well. This is actually a very good movie. Just a quick note, we do get permissions before screening them. It's completely legal. No one's gonna go on the idea. And yeah, and to get permission is not free. You actually have to pay. But it is free for all the attendants to come. So to come along if you wish. And this is our training for 5th of July. It's for a fee, but it's pretty cheap, considering the caliber of the person we have. Professor Richard Welford, the chairman of CSR Asia. CSR Asia is probably the largest CSR sustainability consultant in Asia. They have a presence in something like 9 or 10 cities around Asia. Richard was the founder and he's the current chairman. They've done well over 100 sustainability reports using the GRI format. So, you're really getting this from the expert and the practitioner of this. And it's something all listed companies should be very interested in this. Even if you're not a listed company, you want to make inroads into reporting what you do. On the social environmental side, this is something for you. So do sign up and if you're interested in that. And that's it. Okay, thank you very much. I hope to see you again.